Boy. All right. What's the matter with you?
Tariq said something.
What did he say? He was being mean again. He might need a timeout. I think. Faith Family Fun and Fun Academy. Hey, how are you? I have had a day. I've had quite a day. And, yeah. I am going to be interrupted 32 times. I already know it. But I have a plan. I'm going to sit here and just wait a couple of minutes before I actually start. Even though I'm running behind. That's life. So, what's for dinner today? I have not done anything yet because they have been eating pretty much all day. Are you coming to say hello? Are you feeling better?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going outside?
Yes.
In the backyard?
Yes.
Okay, you can do that. Stay out of the mud.
Okay.
Alright. So my plan was to do this earlier, but we all know we make plans and sometimes they just don't go the way we want them to. Oh, how nice. How nice. Who's in calling me?
Mom, I told you we need new shoes.
That's just yeah, I know you need some new ones, but that's just the inside. These are the ones you're going to be wearing outside anyway, so it doesn't matter. Go ahead. I needed to go to the grocery store. That was it. Grocery shopping. And I could not decide. I needed things, but I didn't want to go and get one or two things. And, yeah. So I was at the store today. You want to put your foot down in here, or how you want to do this?
Like this.
Like this. Oh, goodness. Hold on. You always get these. Okay. These shoes need replacing. You know that? They really do. I don't, here. Here. Nonetheless, I am here. It's hot. It did stop raining. That's what I was concerned about because it had been raining so much and I didn't want to be out in the rain. It'll look sunny and then no rain in the forecast and the next thing I know it's raining. So, anyhow, yeah. So, you have your shoes on? Okay. So for those of you that did not catch the chat on Friday, yep, it was Friday. You can go back and watch and kind of get an idea of where I'm going with this. But right now, I just want to reach out to us as a homeschool people. I know many of us are not connected to any co-ops, and especially co-ops of our own. And we look for resources here and other social media outlets. And as well as just somebody to connect with, whether it is, friendship, and maybe somebody looking to meet somebody, if you live close by or something like that. Or, just having meetups, co-op type activities, as an alternative to joining your local co-op. And so what I'm looking at here on YouTube, those of us that are vlogging and are vlogging homeschool seem to be pretty much Aliyah. What's the matter? Interruption. Come here. Okay, come here. Don't make her do that to her shoes. Alright, you can go out. I don't know, we seem to kind of, it's kind of a hit or miss whether or not we find somebody that we actually connect with. And I think those of us that are vlogging and are vlogging homeschool can do better. And I know that's broad. I know I may get some head shakers or whatever. And I heard in the last chat, well, if you don't like, don't watch. That's exactly that right brain thinking that has us in this position. It's not a matter of don't watch. Of course we have that option. It's right brain thinking. We also talked about, black women in general not being cohesive, and part of that is due to not not wanting to be corrected. And I see that. Come here, Zai. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Take a breath. She did what? They have to start over. They went outside without her. And so now they have to start over. If I should intervene or not. She already told me no. And, I do apologize. Y'all know kids are kids. Anyway, like I said, we can do better. This not standing for correction. That's part of the reason why we cannot come together. And I use cannot. I don't like to use, that negative cannot and can't. But as a people, we just don't get along because we don't want anybody telling us anything. Well, that's a problem, because it's a nice place here. This is a nice platform, and there's enough room for everybody. There's enough room for everybody to share. Now, I see it in our counterparts, and, things run smoothly. And like I talked about, there needs to be a lot more of us getting together and collaborating and, putting things out that pertain to us, because I know we are teaching those things to our children. This is not, Black History Month and then you study, Black history. No, we don't. No, we need to incorporate that every day. Oh. All right, I'm back. Apologize, you all. I have faith. I don't think that will ever happen because we don't support each other, even the ones who complain. Exactly, and that's what I'm talking about. I see it. We're not supporting each other, okay? We're not. And, I support everybody. I don't want to call anybody out, and it's just, it's really difficult for me to post something like this because I'm going to have a lot of head shakers. But you know what? You don't pay my bills. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and that's fine. That's completely fine. But, us as a people, we see other people do it all the time. They support each other no matter what, and we should be doing this for the children, if not anybody, for the children. This is all for them. Okay, there are many of us that have information and books. I see a lot on Instagram. People do share books and things like that. And those of you that are trying to share, a tidbit of your lesson plan that you're using with that, kudos. That's what I want to incorporate over here. Okay. How you're actually using that information. So, and not so much as, okay, this is what we're doing for African American history. Include the children. And you don't, I mean, if you're vlogging, you don't want to show your children, you don't have to show your children. You can show them actually doing whatever it is without showing them. Because that engages us even more. Okay. It's easy to show people things, but when you actually show them how it, show somebody using it, even telling somebody something, telling them about it, it really changes the perception when you actually see it in action. So a lot of times when I do things, I can tell you all what we're doing, but I try to include little snippets of the kids actually doing it. So I'm not just telling you all or showing you all, oh, look, because I could have just pulled that up and said, let me throw together something. No, we actually do it. That makes for more completeness. I know it is a little difficult, to share everything. I can't share every single lesson plan. I can't share, every single aspect of how it went and, start to finish. I just, share what I can. It's difficult to have a camera on anyway and, get through that, but I do what I can. No support from others. That's exactly. And so what I'm seeing is those of us that, come on and share things that are very relevant, whether we are, have a small audience or a large audience. Many people do not support, they don't support them. They don't support us. They tend to run to popular, why? We talked about image. Are you not sharing your Black History lesson on Sojourner Truth because of your image? Is that what you're worried about? We want to see that. Don't worry about they. We want to see it because we need ideas as well. And they are not providing ideas for us in that aspect. And second, we could provide ideas for them so that they can incorporate those things, even though it may only be in the month of February, so be it. At least if we provide accurate information, that will help them out. Because, the way we are being portrayed is not nice at all. It's sad that, sometimes I'm scanning media or, somewhere and I hear, not that long ago, I heard somebody, a child being bullied and it was a black-white thing. And the little girl was clearly racist towards the little girl. And it was just, well, you're not one of us. And I just thought, oh, my gosh, this day and age, But this child, it was a private school, but still. Well, it's not about that to a lot of homeschool moms. It's a show and tell game. Or I should say a show and talk. Yeah. And yeah. It really shouldn't be. We need to stand up and support our own for the children's sake. Like I said, we have books. We have information that we could be providing to other mothers, especially those that are just getting started. A lot of us may be afraid to incorporate this part.
Can we go to the front now?
Not yet. This part of our lessons because of somebody, how we may be judged. We have to come out of that. We have to come out of that. We cannot be afraid of somebody judging us. If you are, sharing your curriculum and you have uh, African American Studies as one of your main curriculum or your secondary curriculum or whatever it is, if you just do book calls and you have books, put those things up in the front. Highlight us. Okay? Highlight us. So, like when I do share books, I will make sure I do, I separate them on purpose. And it's not a bad thing because, like I said, I know many people, those videos are very popular, just with the African American books, because many people are looking for those sources and don't know where else to find them. So it is a good thing. And again, those of you that are highlighting those things, kudos. But we need to be, we need to be a little more cohesive, a lot more here, because and it shows. It really shows. I don't want to call out anybody or anything, or just put anybody on the spot, but it does show where the support lies, and then that makes you wonder, are you just it's kind of a brown nose thing, so many people, I can say that many of us have pulled off, and this has been going on for the past couple of years. We've lost some good moms on here, and it's due to that no support. They have good stuff going on in the channels, and then when they're gone, everybody's like, what happened? It's because we're not getting supported, or you stop by for a little while and then that's it. There's nothing else, no comments, no hey, thank you, no anything. And so it's like, we have a family, it's not worth our time to share that. We love to share it, but it's not worth our time if we're not getting support. So Faith, I pretty much left the platform here due to the lack of support from us. I watched your last video and just wanted to comment. Thank you, Faith. And so, that's what I was saying. I love you all. And my thought on this is, I never started to stop. I didn't want to draw anybody in and just leave you all, because I know that I am making a difference in a lot of people, in many ways. And I don't want to just disappear, but the energy that I put into this, it's real. What do you want?
What? I want to listen.
Listen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not have to use my pride. All right. If you can tell me, I have a bill in my pocket. If you can tell me what bill I have, you can have it, but you have to leave.
I mean, people more than likely have fives.
Fives, but you have to leave, right? That's the deal. You have to leave. Right. If that's the bill I have in my pocket, you will take it and leave, right? That's the deal.
Say either a 5 or a 20, maybe a 1. I'll put 3 things out: 5, 20,
no, 1. You have to guess 5. Which one. Are you sure? That's your guess?
I'm not guessing, though.
All right. No questions asked, right? You have to leave.
All right.
Peace.
Really? That kind of bill? What is this worth?
Bye. See, you come in here dipping and dabbing. You forgot to ask if we were playing for Monopoly money. Bruh. Bye.
No, I don't think of Monopoly money right here.
Oh, boy. Well, you could have asked, because I had a 20 spot in my pocket, too. But you didn't specify. So, y'all, kids, I tell you, sometimes he does ask. Sometimes they ask for real. But yeah, he just played himself. Anyway, but yeah, the energy that I put here, I do it because I do care. I have grown to look forward to you all, and you all have grown to look forward to me, and I just, I don't mind sharing on the homeschool front, what we're doing, because like I say, I see a lack of it. I see a lack of it, and I know I can't be the only one looking for the type of resources that I'm looking for. I'm always getting questions about African American history. What are you using? What are you using? Other than the Bible, there's really not much I can say. And for those of us that don't have that kind of creative juice in us to piece things together, and the time to sit down and really research thoroughly, you kind of lost. You just don't know what to do. You pick up a book and it's a hit or miss, because if you don't have the time to actually research what's in that book, you're going to teach that child straight from that book. That information may be old, it may be out of date, it may just be against your own principles and your values, your lifestyle. So again, I'm trying to reach out to you all and just say, hopefully we can come together as one and start helping each other out. Each one teach one. We have to get out of that, you don't know me, or you can't tell me. Everybody on this earth is, everybody can stand for some correction. Now, how you take it, that's up to you. But I don't see anybody, especially, not every child is different. Even though I've been doing this for a long time, every child is different. I'm still learning new things every day. And so I cannot say that I would not learn something from somebody else. But I also got a comment saying that, yes, I see a lot of the same things. The information is repetitive. The videos are repetitive. And I kind of talked about that being a fad. It's because what happens is the vlogger sees somebody else doing something, and then, oh, I can go do this too. And it just becomes a fad video. And it doesn't really, it's useless information. After the first couple times, it doesn't really do anything. So, I don't know. It just kind of breaks my heart to know that there are those of us that have left due to the lack of support. Knowing that it was something that they set out, it was something that was important. Many of us may have set the homeschooling, videos aside and just kept up with their own, if they're just vlogging their own family. It may be private, but, to leave that whole aspect out, that's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. But, there's going to be more people that will continue to leave, because they're going to hit that point where they feel like they're coming on and they're just speaking to nobody. Their efforts are really, minimal, and they're not reaching anybody. And so, like I say, I support everybody all the way around. I cannot stop and comment on people's videos, every single one of them. But I support everybody because it is an effort. And I know, I have a nice support team over here. I appreciate you all. But yeah, make your presence known. It really does make a difference. It really, really does. It makes a difference. So I don't know. All I can, say is I speak for myself on this, but, again, if I go, to different platforms and things like that, everybody still references YouTube. They always come back to YouTube. It's a referral place. Go watch her, go watch this, go watch that. They're doing this. So, I, I, I really think we need to just start, taking the time and thinking about where it is we want these children to go. Now, if you're the type that really does not care, then obviously you should have left this chat a long time ago, clicked off the video, off the channel, whatever. But for those of you that do care, I care. So if it's just one or two of us, we can sit down and get some things done, somehow. I'm not going to, I'll say, like I said, it takes a village. So this is not my operation. It's going to take everybody, everybody to participate. What I'm saying is, if you have, if you all are studying somebody and you need some resources or some help on how to put, even if it's just a report together or a diagram, or you want to do some sort of art project or some sort of cooking lesson or something like that, this is where we should be able to come. We should be able to know who to go and ask. And a lot of times somebody will ask me something and I might not have, made any videos on it or something like that, but somebody else has, and I've seen it. And I will say, hey, go over there and watch so-and-so. And then if you need help, come back to me.
On Disney Junior.
Oh, okay.
On Disney Junior.
Oh, okay. Tell them not to put it on there. So, yeah, I see that a lot over there. They're referring out other, vloggers and things like that. And I'm like, hey, we need to be doing that too. We can't complain, about the 28 days and still take the 28 days and do nothing with it along with the other 365, the 50-something days. Hi, love. The change is not going to happen if we're not in it. And like I said, I'm not about that fad life. So I'm either going to step it up over here or I'm just going to step it down. All of the homeschooling videos will be private. I don't know when I will do it, but I'm not going to continue to, share, because I'm just, the support is not there. It's just, flat out, it's not there. And again, I'm not saying it to be selfish or anything, but sometimes I don't know. I have no idea. No idea at all. I do have some things coming up that I'm going to share. I talked about current read alouds. I did leave some current and some rereads over on Instagram. And those things are in the vlogs. I haven't put the vlogs up, but they are coming. So I will, get those things up, but it just makes me think, do I want to continue to share that, or am I just going to go, back to, just normal vlogging, family vlogging, recipes, things like that, and just leaving the homeschool out of it. So, and if I do, it won't be anything specific. You might see somebody doing something, but I'm not getting ready to narrate anything. I'm not going to, I'll just be showing you. So, and I know many have said I appreciate, the effort you put into actually showing, especially a review, because it's more thorough than most. So, yeah, I don't have Instagram or Facebook. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I know, and see, that's how many are. They don't have the social accounts over on the other side, so it's difficult. And for me, I don't even I rarely on Facebook. I'll drop the link to the video and my personal Facebook. I'll pop in there probably 5 minutes every couple days just to let my family know I'm still here. But I don't, because Facebook doesn't even push things like they used to, so it's kind of pointless. But everything that I do share on Instagram, I kind of share it a little more, true to when it happens than in the vlogs. Just because sometimes I only get nothing in a day filmed, or 2 minutes or something, and yeah. Tell her to come here. So, it's just not even worth it for me to put up 2 minutes worth of something, especially if it doesn't really flow with anything. That's just pointless. So I try to make sure at least I have a decent amount to share. Don't go over that gate. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, go play.
She went over the gate too.
Oh, no.
She's blaming me.
Hey. Enough with the attitude. Enough with the attitude.
I want them now, late.
I'll talk to you in a minute. You go wash your hands. She wants some now later. I might have had something for you.
I want my scooter.
Hold on, y'all. I think I might have to. You need to wait a minute, and you need to check your attitude. Love says, I enjoy your videos. I understand how you feel. Yeah. Like I said, I really didn't.
I want my scooter.
Oh, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. What's your name? What is your name? What is your name? Come here. Come here. Because I know you hear me talking to you.
What?
No. Come here. Come here.
What?
Come here. Not what? Come here. Oh, my God. Excuse me. Parenting duties. Anywho, let me go stand. But yeah, it's a support. You know, I don't want to. I don't want to leave. You know, completely. But I'm starting to understand how the other mom bloggers, you know, of homeschooling felt. And yeah, that's why I always encourage everybody, you know, yeah, because I know it's hard to come on and make a video, especially when you have 97 million interruptions. But this is real life, you know, it's real life. It's really hard. And then when you put your, you know, your creativity and, you know, you put your heart into it, because you know a lot of us were not. I didn't. And among us, what I can say is the videos were very diverse. They weren't copycat. Okay, and so I missed that. I'm like, where, you know, this person and this person. I have to go look back on those channels and you know, look and rewatch those things because I missed them. Because it wasn't the same type of video. It wasn't the same type of information. We were helping each other. But now it's just like everybody is, you know, it's a free for all type of thing, but it's kind of cutthroat, you know. It's a show. So, and I'm not about that show life. I'm not. I would rather save my time and energy than try to, you know, dog and pony show. You know, if somebody came in and, you know, wanted to ask me for some things specifically, you know, I might do something like that. I might do a private video and just send them a link or something like that. But, you know, I have a life too, you know. Yeah. So, like I said, I don't know. I just really honestly think that we can. I'm not saying I think. I know we can do better. I know we can do better. Um, you know, we are very resourceful. We are very intelligent. I would much rather prefer, you know, it's just like when we go shopping. We want to keep our money in our community. We don't want to, you know, like everybody else, they keep their money in their community. That's how they come up. We're so stuck on our image, you know, and that's what's wrong with these kids. They got to have the latest shoes and the latest clothes and the latest cell phones and the latest this and the latest that, and all we doing is going broke. Nothing in the head, but we going broke for their image. Mamas and daddies doing the same thing. That's sad, y'all. That's sad. And that's where they want us to be, right there. But if we took that time and energy and we put that into education, how great would we be? How great would we be if we put that same time and energy? So, yeah. I don't know. It takes a lot to, you know, actually pick up a camera and come, you know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot just to start, you know, vlogging, period. But to put yourself out there and open like that, it really takes a lot. And you have to have a tough skin, you know, to take what's coming. And like I said, I'm not for everybody. Everybody's not for me. And I get that. You know, it doesn't bother me. A lot of times it's the kids that are asking me to vlog something. Okay? You know, can you record this? Can you do this? And so, you know, it's them that reminds me, hey, take out the camera. The days that I don't upload, I'm just, you know, busy. I forgot. It seems like, I don't know. There's something about the spirit behind it. It's just, it's leaving. It's just dwindling. Yeah. But I have a lot of, you know, like I said, I have a lot of things that I would like to share. You know, I think that's, you say, I think that's life, though. People in general, they don't desire truth. People love. Yeah, that's it. When somebody, that's why we cannot, as, you know, we can't, as moms, as black mothers, come together. Yeah, I mean, we can. We really can. But as soon as somebody start telling you the truth, you don't want to hear it. You know, I know many times I have posted things in places and somebody will come and challenge me, and I'm like, okay, give me your information. I'm going to go and research it, and I'm going to come back to you. But then when they give me information, it's some mom and pop source. I'm like, oh no, that is never going to fly. Let me give you the real lowdown. Okay? So I'm giving them a book that's not even in print anymore. Go read this and then come back to me. I'm not getting ready to take some mom and pop uncredible source over what I have. That doesn't work. And that's, you know, yeah. But if you can correct me, go ahead. I challenge you. Go ahead. And all I can do is say thank you, because you taught me something I did not know. I don't know everything. Girl, yes, mom and pop, and on Google, first page of Google. The first page of Google, first 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes you have to go 50 pages back on Google. The first couple of pages are not ever credible. Especially when you're looking for history, because what it does is bring up the most popular search. Just like on, you know, on these videos. You look for homeschooling, you're going to find the most popular homeschool video first before you get to some real good ones. You got to go dig. So that's why I say I watch a lot. I have to go dig for information that I need. You know, find out these channels and these people. And a lot of them are very small channels. I go dig for them, and people have recognized that. I seen you on so-and-so. They only had like 3 subscribers. And yep, I sure did. Because they had some good stuff. And those are the ones that, you know, are really good. Not the ones with all the, you know, But yeah, you don't come to me with no mom and pop stuff. Yeah, you got to really go deep. Really, really go deep. And then you got to think, you know, sometimes that stuff on Google is, you look at the dates. You know there should be more information. What happened? They took the information off because they don't want people to know the truth. So, it is what it is. But, Love says, I couldn't do it. I commend anyone who does. Yeah, yeah. And I, you know, because I do it, I see other people, and I can tell, you know, what it takes for them to come in and you know, even if it's not the greatest, you know, I can tell. You know, I can tell if they're stumbling through it. I still commend them. You know, I can tell if they know nothing about what they're talking about, but they want to talk about it. I still commend them. Faye says, keep doing your thing. I do watch, but the groups I were in pretty much dead. Most of the active groups on Facebook. Yeah, I'm in them. I pop in and out, but it's like, yeah, it's a lot of information being tossed around. Some good stuff in there. But when you just need a credible, go-to source, because you got to go through all that stuff and read that, and nobody really has time to read all of that information like that. It's like you spending your time in a group that you need to be schooling the kids. It's kind of hard to keep up like that. But here, we have our own leisure. We can pop in our free time. Bribe the kids, give them some candy or something. Yeah. And, turn on a YouTube video and get the information that you need. So, that's what I'm saying. We need to bring it together here like that. That's what I would like to see more of. And I know we're capable. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate and all of that. Like I say, just if you're reading a book, share why you chose that book. Let the children talk about the book. They're writing a report on the book. Read some of the report, And the thing is, if somebody is judging that, to them I say, what are you doing? Or what are your kids doing? Let me see what they're doing before you come judge somebody else. Some people are so quick to point a finger and pass a judgment when they have nothing to show for nothing. It's like, I'm trying and you not. So, I don't get it. Hi. You back? I have something for you. You've been good. So, I picked something up for you. Would you like some?
I need 4.
4? Uh-oh, be careful. So, yeah, like I said, if we had, we're trying to find some information on some books or even a movie or something like that. A lot of times I run across, lesson plans on movies and things like that, but nobody is doing stuff like that. So I'm like, should I share that? Should I share that? Should I share that? And I know that, it would be valuable information. But then again, it's like nobody's asking me that. And I kind of feel like sometimes people are saying, nobody asked you, why are you doing this? As if I don't get, especially if I'm not getting a comment on the video, or I don't get a thumbs up or anything, I don't know if that was helpful or not. And then I just don't want to share. I find so much stuff, you guys. It's not even funny. But I just do not know. And I ask all the time. Some people will reach out to me. Some people reach out in private. But I would like to, especially when it's something that pertains to us and our history and things like that, I would like to be able to share that. Is that my little friend? Girl, yes. She came for some gum. Oh, that other one. Yeah. I don't know about her. So, but yeah, we we can dedicate a little 5-10 minutes and share some things every now and then. I'm not asking for complete dedication. Like I said, I thought about doing a co-op. I just don't think, I don't know. I have no idea if anybody would really commit to it, and I'm not really asking for a commitment. It would be more or less that you be a regular contributor. I wouldn't give out anything, we don't want topics. We want diversity. History is a struggle. Yeah. So I would just say, hey, if you're doing this video, or I mean, you're studying this person, shit, come in and share. I don't care what your video is. I don't care what you say. Just share it with us. That's the type of co-op thing I'm talking about. Just share it. If you all have gone on a field trip or something like that to somewhere relevant to us, come in and share your picture, your footage and things like that. Share that if you're willing to share that. You know, a lot of people just incorporate it into the vlog anyway, which is fine. But, man, if we had that all in one place right here, that would be nice. It would really be nice. To just be able to come, you know, we went through the Ranger Museum. A lot of people are not here, but I pretty much took you through the whole museum, even though it's not, you know, pretty much African American history, but there's a lot of African American history in Texas. But anywho, the point was, I took you through the museum. You had a trip. If you watched that 45 minutes, you walked through that whole museum. So, yeah. You know, if you're going to your local Carver Library. I know just about everybody has a Carver Library or a Carver Museum. Share the museum. Share the footage. You know, if you're going to go visit, you know, historically black universities or something like that, share the footage. Because for us, that's a field trip. You know, it's a virtual field trip. Yep, history is definitely a struggle. I know I asked in the last chat, was anybody teaching Pangea? Does anybody still know? I mean, do you know what Pangea is? Because Pangea is not in a lot of history books these days. We don't have anything in my location for African American history. Nobody goes deep enough. Love, yeah, I understand, and that's why I say this is a good platform for it, because you know we're going places, we're doing things, we are going places, and I know we are, and people do want to see it. They really do want to see it. If the children are learning, you know, if you have your children recite speeches or poetry, you know, anything like that, teach us, share. If you all check the title, Yarah, or Yarah, teach. That's what that means, teach. It means to teach. Teach us. We are not experts by any means. I'm not any expert at all, but you know, it really helps, and then especially for the kids to be able to see another child that looks like them recite speeches and poetry and reading the same books and giving a report, or has created an art project or something like that. Do you know what that does for these kids? Oh my goodness, it makes such a difference. The kids watch, sometimes I let them watch certain people, but it's very rare that they see other children doing the same thing that they do. You all know what we have in here. But, every now and then they might see a book, oh, somebody's reading this book, or, and it's common, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, But yeah, if they, go out, step out of your comfort zone, let go of that image thing, and share. share, you know, share who you are studying, and let these children see that. They like to see things from peers, and like I said, many of us are not in co-op, so this is like a co-op type thing, you know. I know, like I say, it's hard for the you know, if you don't want to share the children, you don't want to show them, you don't have to show their face, but at least, you know, if they hear another, you know, they may see hands, but they would know, you know, um, somebody narrating, you know, whatever it is. These kids would appreciate that greatly, you know. Love said, I remember I asked you a while ago and we were having the same issues. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, it's deep, and you know, it's we ought to want to go, you know, deep and truth. And a lot of times I hear truth, but then when I'm hearing what it is you're actually teaching, it's not complete truth. You know, and I'm not, you know, I just leave it alone. I leave it alone. I know how I teach in here, but hey, you know, if somebody asked me, I would say, hey, do you know about so and so? Have you, you know, ever heard of this? But I'm not just gonna flat out say, oh, girl, you you got that all wrong. You know, obviously that is, you know, it may be unfortunate, but I'm not going to uh, flat out correct anybody like that. If that makes sense, it's a way for it to be done. So, hmm. Something else I wanted to bring up. I'm gonna throw this in here because I'm still am going to put in a vlog, but I'm going to throw this in here right now to show you guys something. Um, where is this sticker? Throw it. Um, I don't even know where it is. And we don't use this. And I've just been trying to figure out, I mean, it needs to go in the trash, but I wanted to share. You know, probably gonna think I'm crazy. Oh, here it is right here. I'm like, girl, what you say? But no, I'm serious. Let me show you something. I'm not even gonna tell you who makes this book yet. But y'all have to be careful what y'all give these kids. I don't care who shared it, how popular they are, how popular it is. Do not follow people. Okay? Because sometimes people do not read information. They don't read the books that they share. They don't even read it before they give their children. They just up and show these books. And then you go and buy them. You have no idea. And then you might give the book to your child and not even read it. Well, I'm going to show you something. Some of you might even figure it out before I share who made it. Okay? Like I said, we don't use this junk. Okay? But a lot of people do. And they rant and rave. I've never rant and raved over this. Because of what I know it's about. And because I know who made this book, I can't support any of their stuff. And very fortunate, it was a thrift find for a dime. So, let me show you something. You see this timeline on the bottom of this book? This history, right? You see this? This apes turn right into men. What? Are you serious? Yeah. I have a problem with that. A serious problem. So we derived from apes. God made man. The Most High made man in his image. Not in the image of animals. But that's what's in this history book. Very popular. Many of you have these books on your shelves. I guarantee you, you're not going to throw them away. They are expensive books. Like I said, even if I didn't get this from the thrift store, my kids will never open the book. Ever. We don't even use the books. After I got it and had to go through the books to see, and once I started finding, and that's just one book. Once I started finding stuff, I said, oh no, no. I won't even share the books with you guys because of that. Because I don't like to steer people wrong. And yes, it is in school books. It is. You have to be very careful about what you give them. You have to be very careful. So, yeah. Oh boy. It's like, you know, average parent go get this book and, oh, we're getting ready to learn some facts and things, and you go to read this book and, oh yeah, this is real good. Some people will completely overlook that and not even blink. But for me, I cannot get past that the makers, their ideology, they think like this, and therefore their thinking is in all of their material. So it just corrupted everything. I can't use this. Like I say, some of y'all don't care. You just going to put the money into it, whatever. If somebody gave it to me, I wouldn't use it. I don't even feel comfortable giving it to anybody else. That's just how convicted I feel about this material. So, you know, when I share things, I try to be as thorough. I have done tons and tons and tons of research before I even share stuff. And sometimes it may be something that I learned a long time ago and I just didn't share it because I was still trying to research it and make sure. Make sure nothing has changed. Make sure it's sound. USBORNE. Yep, I don't even want to show the book. But that is the maker. So, you can rewind that part and get that spelling again. But, yeah, very popular. So, I don't know. I want to contend with me and they want to say, you know, oh, it may be old, outdated information. Rightfully so, it may be. But whoever's creating those books, they have a certain ideology, and that is why it's in those books. It's the same thing I shared about the curriculum. When I research curriculum and I see the makers, and I'm going to pull up their bios and see what kind of degrees they have and where they went to school, because where they went to school tells me a lot about what they were taught and how they were taught, their doctrines, their theologies, and all of that. And then I have to decide if I want that type of thing in a curriculum, then I'm going to give my children. That's how far I take it. Some of y'all don't care. And it's not more or less about the money, because it could be an expensive curriculum. I don't care. It's the thought behind it, their process, their thinking, because I don't want that corrupt thinking to manifest into them. What you said, show the book. They're not religious based. Usborne. Everybody heard of Usborne? It's an Usborne book. Oh, it's itching. Are you better now? You have a better attitude? Hmm?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll be with you in a minute because I'm getting ready to get off of here.
I want something
Oh,
else.
you want something else? Okay. You want to talk? Oh, yeah. So they can call me. They can contend with me. But yeah, y'all tell them y'all want to come for me. Explain it. What they say, explain it, Lucy. Explain it. It ain't nothing really to explain because it's in the book already. So, like I said, I found flaws and other things and their other books. That's just one of them. So I can't support any of their stuff. But I know many people are on it like a hotcake because, yeah, the books look really good. They're laid out really good. They, you know, but they're expensive. Yeah, they are. Like I said, it's thrift store purchase, and I surely wouldn't purchase any more at the store. But that was mainly what I gravitated for, the history side of it. And I had to really fine tooth and look, and I was like, no, it's too much. There's too much in it that's wrong for me to say it's okay. I can't just leave it out. I can't skip it. I can't overlook it. It's too much. So yeah, we don't use that. I'm sure somebody could. But like I say, the thing is, we know things, we find things, we use resources and things like that. And I would, much rather us share than us try to get information from other people because, we all do not like it when somebody tries to tell our history. So let us tell our history and stop complaining about it. That's all I'm saying. See, we talk a lot, but when it comes to actually doing it, we're not doing it. So, yeah, I'm saying, and if you don't vlog and you want to start a channel, um, and you just don't know, this is a good topic to vlog on because not a lot of people share African American history in homeschool, especially not more than this is the book. Okay, we have to get past this is the book. This is the resource. Get past that. Add a little more to it. Okay, because like I say, it may be something that you picked out and you don't know how, you're not completely sure how to navigate it, but somebody watching. A lot of times I say, oh, we have that book and I wonder if they know such and such happened, or I wonder if they, what they did with that book, you know. That's how I would like to be able to relate to somebody. And a lot of times these kids are reading the same books. What I see a lot of the read alouds, Little House on the Prairie. Why we can't read We Were Slaves on the Plantation? Or y'all get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make it racist, but we can do that as the kids can be reading the same books at the same time, and it would be a good thing. Yes. Oh no. Yeah, we might not want to read that, because that doesn't pertain to us. But yet, because we're so busy trying to keep our image up, we're supporting the other side, and we have to see that that's what they're reading. Yeah, it goes back to we have a choice to choose whether we want to watch it or not. That left brain or right brain thinking. But, you know, you all in all, you all get what I'm saying. Okay? You get what I'm saying. You know, because trust me, if we were sharing Booker T. Washington, they're not watching, you know, they're not sharing that. But we need to know about that. Our children need to know about that. But we feel compelled to go learn about Little House on the Prairie. For real? No. So, we, like I said, it is good that those of us are here, you know, are able to share. That way we have, you know, something. Um, thank God we have options. Yes, we do have options. And in the public school, parents sadly have no choice in the curriculum. That's true. That is true. And see, you know, we pulled them out because we were saying they weren't learning their history, you know, but what are we doing at home? I would like to see, you know, what are we doing? Even if you want to message me and say, hey, this is what we're doing. You know, you might not be a blogger or anything. Just inform me. You know, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, I'm on here. You can email me. I'm genuinely interested. Oh my goodness. And that's my cue. So, guys, share. Know where my heart is with this, okay? I'm not biased. I'm just saying we need to be here, okay? We need to stick together for these kids. It's for the kids. Take all the neck rolling and sass and all of that away. She can't tell me, you know, that type of thing. Same thing, you know, males stick together. We need to stick together, okay? For these kids. Everybody needs help. But mainly this is for the kids. So I will, you know, I'll continue to, like I said, for the meantime, kind of put up what I have and what the kids are doing. And make sure that I am pretty much highlighting us, and just know that I can't show you like the whole, you know, you might get bits and pieces of it through a couple of vlogs. You might see one activity, one craft. You might hear one little snippet of something somebody wrote about somebody, what they got out of it. You know, I might have to break it up because studies, we tend to study us, not just read and keep moving. We study and we actually learn, and we're growing it. So it's hard to kind of just say, here's a vlog on, you know, Oprah Winfrey, or, you know, I don't know. It's hard to do that. We can't do that. You know, Harriet Jacobs. You just, yeah. You guys get it. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. So, I will see you all in the comments. For those of you that did not make it in, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support. And again, there's a link in this chat. And there's a book discussion that will take place sometime towards the end of the month. So I encourage you all to go and download that free book. Hi, my four happy faces. That way you all can get in on that book discussion. Yeah, but I really think that you all will enjoy that book. So that's all I have. If anybody else has anything to say, suggest, let us know. Let me know so I can share. You know, like I said, there are people looking for things. It may not be particularly me, But when somebody asks and I can say, hey, so-and-so told me about this, you may want to go check this out. Let me know. Leave comments, because I'm not the only one reading my comments, y'all. It's other people reading my comments. So, you know, don't feel shy. Leave a comment. Peace.